In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on February 22nd, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Phoenix Suns versus Chicago Bulls. The Phoenix Suns and the Chicago Bulls are set to face off in an interconference matchup this Saturday afternoon in Chicago. The Suns are coming off a tough 120-109 loss on the road against the San Antonio Spurs on Thursday night, failing to cover as 2.5-point favorites. Meanwhile, the Bulls also played on Thursday, falling 113-111 in overtime to the New York Knicks, but managed to cover as 10.5-point underdogs. Historically, the Suns have the edge in the regular season series, leading 77-71, and they've won the last 9 matchups between these two teams. The most recent meeting was on January 22, 2024, when the Suns narrowly defeated the Bulls 115-113 at home. In terms of injuries, the Suns will still be without Cody Martin, who remains sidelined. On the Bulls side, Jalen Smith has been ruled out, and Ayo Dosunmu is listed as questionable for Saturday's game. Both teams are struggling lately, making this a clash of 2 cold squads. The Suns are in the midst of their worst slump of the season, despite being relatively healthy, while the Bulls have been in poor form overall but showed some fight in their close overtime loss to the surging Knicks on Thursday. It's hard to feel confident about backing the Bulls, who are 11 games below .500 and have dropped 19 games at home this season. That said, the Suns have been one of the most disappointing teams in the NBA, with a league-worst 19-35-1 record against the spread. In their last game, the Suns allowed 120 points to a Spurs team playing without Victor Wembanyama, which is a bad look for a squad that already struggles defensively. The Suns don't seem to have any cohesion on that end of the floor, and they're starting to look like a team that's not fully invested in playing together. That's not the kind of team you want to trust as a road favorite, especially in an early start time against a lesser opponent. It wouldn't be surprising to see the Suns come out flat once again, so the Chicago Bulls to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. When it comes to scoring trends, both teams have been fairly average this season. The Suns have seen the overhit in 27 of their 55 games, with 2 pushes, while the Bulls have seen the underhit in 29 of their 56 games. However, both teams have trended toward the over recently, with the Suns going 7-3 to the over in their last 10 games, and the Bulls going 6-4 to the over in that same stretch. Over their last 10 games, the Suns are averaging 115 points per game, slightly above their season average, though they rank 23rd in pace with 97.4 possessions per game. The Bulls, on the other hand, are putting up 113.5 points per game in their last 10, a slight dip since trading Zach LaVine. Defensively, Chicago has been a mess lately, giving up an average of 123 points per game over their last 10, including at least 121 points in 8 of those contests. 5 of the last 7 meetings between these teams have gone over the total, and if the Suns are going to break out offensively, this could be the game. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Brooklyn Nets versus Philadelphia 76ers. The Nets are heading to Philadelphia for a matchup against the Sixers, a short trip that brings them face-to-face with a team also navigating a challenging season. The Nets are far removed from the playoff picture in the Eastern Conference, continuing their lengthy rebuild as they work toward regaining relevance. On the other hand, the Sixers have been plagued by injuries all year, most notably to Joel Embiid, their former MVP. Despite these setbacks, Philadelphia is still fighting to secure a spot in the play-in round of the Eastern Conference playoffs, though their path has been anything but smooth. The Nets will once again be without key players Cam Thomas and D'Angelo Russell, who remain sidelined. Similarly, the 76ers are missing Eric Gordon and Kyle Lowry for this game. Brooklyn's roster is far from impressive, especially with Thomas and Russell out, and on paper, the 76ers should be favored to win this matchup. However, Philadelphia's performance this season has been far below expectations. With a 20-35 record, they've been one of the league's most disappointing teams, alongside the Suns. They haven't won a game since February 4th and haven't covered the spread since February 2nd. Betting on the Sixers as double-digit favorites feels like a stretch, especially considering the Nets have won 6 of their last 8 games and are still in the mix for a play-in spot. Brooklyn even defeated Philadelphia earlier this month, showing they aren't just coasting through the final stretch of the season. It's tempting to believe the 76ers will eventually turn things around given the talent on their roster, but their recent form has been among the worst of the season. They are in no position to be heavily favored against anyone right now. Joel Embiid returned to the lineup in their last game, but the results were far from encouraging as the Celtics handed them a blowout loss. Philadelphia has a day off before facing Brooklyn, but it's unclear if Embiid will play. He looked sluggish dealing with a knee issue late in the Boston game, logging only 27 minutes and appearing far from his usual self. Both teams are 20-35 and technically in the hunt for a play-in spot, but the Sixers don't seem to have the same urgency. It almost feels like they've thrown in the towel. As long as Tyrese Maxey is contained, Philadelphia's struggles will likely continue. They've failed to cover the spread in 7 straight games, so the Brooklyn Nets to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Saturday night's game in Philadelphia features 2 of the NBA's least productive offenses. The Nets rank 29th in points per game, while the Sixers aren't much better at 26th. Both teams also struggle with shooting efficiency, with Brooklyn sitting at 29th and Philadelphia at 21st in the league. When these teams meet, low-scoring games are the norm. In their last 10 matchups, the total has gone under 7 times. Both teams play at a snail's pace, with the Sixers ranked 28th in pace of play and the Nets dead last in the NBA. This matchup pits 2 of the league's slowest teams against each other. Joel Embiid's status remains questionable, as it has been for much of the season, so Philadelphia's lineup is still up in the air. Regardless, both teams are in the bottom 10 in offensive rating, and the Sixers' painfully slow pace only adds to the likelihood of a low-scoring affair. Historically, these teams tend to go under the total when they face off, with the under hitting in 7 of their last 10 meetings. Neither team has averaged more than 110 points over their last 10 games, so don't expect an offensive showcase on Saturday. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Los Angeles Lakers versus Denver Nuggets. On Saturday night, the Los Angeles Lakers and Denver Nuggets will face off at Ball Arena in what promises to be an exciting matchup. The Lakers, coming off a win against the Portland Trail Blazers, currently hold a 33-21 record. Meanwhile, the Nuggets, who recently defeated the Charlotte Hornets, are sitting at 37-19. Both teams are looking to build momentum as the season progresses. The Denver Nuggets, led by Nikola Jokic, have been on an absolute tear lately. They've won 9 straight games, propelling them into second place in the Western Conference. While the Lakers are hoping to have Luka Doncic back in the lineup, their biggest concern remains their interior defense. Jokic is likely to dominate against the Lakers' smaller front court. Denver leads the league in points scored in the paint, while the Lakers rank 24th in paint defense, giving up nearly 50 points per game in that area. Additionally, the Nuggets are the best in the league at scoring on fast breaks, and the Lakers struggle in transition defense, ranking 23rd and allowing 16.4 fast break points per game. These mismatches could spell trouble for Los Angeles. The Lakers are keeping a close watch on Luka Doncic's status, as he's currently listed as day-to-day for this game. On the other hand, the Nuggets are expected to have their full roster available. This matchup features 2 of the hottest teams in the Western Conference, and it's shaping up to be a thrilling contest. Denver opens as heavy favorites at home, and for good reason. They've won their last 8 home games, while the Lakers, led by LeBron James and Austin Reeves in strong form, are tempting as underdogs. The Nuggets are simply firing on all cylinders right now. It's tough to predict what the Lakers will bring to the table when LeBron and Luka are on the injury report. Bettors should definitely check for updates before making any decisions. Historically, the Nuggets have had the upper hand in this matchup, winning 9 of the last 10 games between these 2 teams. Denver is as healthy as they've been in a while, and they've been on a roll, winning 9 of their last 10 games and covering the spread in 6 of their last 7. The Nuggets are making a strong push for a top seed in the West, while the Lakers are still adjusting to their new addition in Luka. Staying healthy would be a good starting point for Los Angeles, so the Denver Nuggets to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Denver's offense has been unstoppable since the break. They rank 2nd in effective field goal percentage and 3rd in points per game. Their ability to score in the paint and on fast breaks gives them a significant edge in this matchup, and the Lakers will have a tough time slowing them down. The Nuggets also tend to start games strong, ranking 2nd in first quarter points per game. With Luka potentially limited and LeBron not getting any younger, the Lakers' defense could struggle to keep up. Denver plays at the 5th fastest pace in the league, and they'll likely dictate the tempo of this game. Scoring shouldn't be an issue for them either, Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.